Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Quote by Marcus Aurelius. What's up, guys? You're seeing my bald head yet again in your screen. I hope you are happy for that, because I am happy to be presented into your screen. Today we're going to reflect on a quote by one of the greats, Marcus Aurelius, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Somebody that lived so far ago, but yet makes such an impact on people's lives to this day. An impact on your life this day. Because you are watching this video, and by me reading this quote, in turn, I am able to reflect it onto your life. So, the quote is, be compliant with others, basically. Let others do what they have to do, and accept that they're going to do what they are going to do, regardless on how hard you try to change them. You cannot change a person, for the person can only change their self. I think being able to raise the vibration and frequency of their vibe in turn gives them a little bit of a happy high, but will eventually fizzle. But if you give them something productive to do, and to do on their own accord, and be disciplined and strict with themselves, and do what they need to do themselves, you will in turn give them value. It's not always about changing other people, because you cannot change anybody else other than yourself. You can impact other people's lives, but you cannot change their daily habits. You cannot change their mental jumbleness of their mental brain. You can't change any of this stuff. But what you can change is how strict you are with yourself. If you get up every day at the same time and you're strict with that regimen, you will be rewarded by having an awesome sleep schedule, but only because you're strict to yourself. If you're strict about being honorable to anybody in your life, being honorable even when you shouldn't feel like you want to be, being honorable every single quality of your life and staying strict to that, you will gain reward. You will be a better fucking person. And I think we have to be strict with ourselves. If we are fat, we have to tell ourselves we are fucking fat in the mirror, and we have to be strict and get better. Because if you're gonna sit around and wallow in your own sorrow, that is only gonna make your mental space feel worse. It cannot make you feel better. You know, I still do wallow in my own fucking self-pity sometimes, and I hate myself for it. But I am a human being. And by constantly practicing being strict, I feel as though I will gain value, because I will. Being strict with yourself has no negativity. Okay, if you're strict with yourself all of the time, it could be negative. But just like with anything in this world, the saying that we always seem to be going back to for some reason, and honestly, it's for a good reason, too much of anything is a bad thing. If you are constantly reminding yourself of how awesome you are, of how great you are, of how of how perfect you are, that's not good. We tend to become self-absorbed, entitled, and all of these things because you're lacking the emotion that human beings have called sympathy. Sympathy towards others. You have that God complex. And not to get too far off the subject, but like, that's not a good thing. That is just one example. Let's say you eat 500 pieces of gum in one day. When in reality, most people eat like maybe 2 or 3 pieces of gum. You eat 500. What is going to be the problem there? Your jaw is probably going to pop out of place after the 300th plate. After the 300th piece of gum. I don't know. I've never put 500 pieces of gum in my mouth in one day, but I can imagine of too much of anything is a bad thing. Relating my point back, exactly. The moral of the story is, be compliant with others. Let others do what they're gonna do. If somebody's gonna be rude to you, let them be rude to you. But do not accept that. Do not accept the fact that you are being diminished in any right, because that goes against your own duties of being strict with yourself. Would somebody that's strict with themselves put up with all of that bullshit? Put up with all of that self-demeaning crap that gets spewed into their face? I don't fucking think so. Because you are strict. You get up every day and you have a plan of action. And if you don't have a plan of action, you find that plan and you attack it. Be strict. You know, strict parents always tend to be relayed back to a bad thing. But when people tend to have strict parents, it tends to make a kid have to act a certain way. And they don't have that power over themselves, so they tend to feel powerless. They tend to feel like if they want to get back at their parents, they have to do some outlandish thing to get their, attention. Like, hey, I did this. I didn't go against what everything you said. And they're giving their power to their parents. They're giving that power in their parents' hands still, even if they sat back and complied. But by being strict with themselves and realizing that your strict parents is not the reason you have all these issues. You are the reason you have all these issues. Look at yourself in the fucking mirror and realize that you need to gain some more discipline. You need to be more strict with yourself. That is what truly matters. And remember, you are beautiful because you are imperfect. Nobody on this earth is perfect. And believe that. Understand that. But with that being said, you can always be strict with yourself. Do not give yourself an excuse. Get up every day and choose your path until that path envelops you, until that path becomes a part of you. Because isn't that awesome? Anyways, guys, I appreciate you stopping back and looking at my video. I mean, not the most intellectual person in this world, but I at least tried. And no matter how long I am on this earth, I'm never gonna stop growing, and I would just like to be able to just grow with you guys. And by me saying these words, I tend to envelop them and embody them for myself. And I may be selfish, but we're all self-centered. We all are the center of our own universe, no matter if we like it or not. I mean, you are constantly having to deal with yourself. You have to constantly deal with the person that you are living within. And a lot of us don't like who we look at in the mirror. A lot of us feel this sense of lack, this sense of you're not enough. But you are enough. Because you are looking at yourself in the mirror, you are breathing air. A lot of these creatures out here did not have that luxury. The gnats flying around my face right now, they didn't have the luxury of being a human. You do. You're watching this video. I don't think gnats are watching my fucking video, but if they are, kudos to you, gnat, because you are doing something that I did not know existed. I don't think many knew existed. So you're already defying the laws of fucking physics in humans' eyes. Humans are not the most awesome creatures by any means, but anyways, if you like this video, gain some value out of it, give it a subscribe, or give it a like button, and subscribe. Thank you.